Welcome to the patch notes. Here's some of the changes you can see in the January update. First thing you'll notice when loading up the game is that the main menu has been cleaned up, updated and simplified ever so slightly, and Flag Run has now been added to the Quick Play tab to get more hands-on play and feedback. This patch has also seen an engine update to 4.15, which brings us better support for instant replays. This feature has already been implemented into Flag Run. Also, texture streaming has been improved so we can go up to 4K textures as well. LAN server support is now back again after temporarily being removed some months ago, so setting up a LAN server now is quick and painless through the Unreal Tournament UI. There have been several updates to basic training, with new tutorial movies, bug fixes and general polish that should give a better flow and understanding to players. The HUD and scoreboard has had many tweaks, focusing on clearing up some of the visual clutter by adjusting game message positioning, smaller font sizes and limiting the HUD scaling to 150%. Another feature that's been added to the HUD is damage numbers, so now you can see exactly how much pain you're dealing to your opponents. Quite recently we added some fully meshed community made maps such as Salt, Batrancus, Unsaved, Backspace and Polaris. They've had some updates and fixes from the authors. You can download them for free off the UT Marketplace now. There have been numerous changes and additions to sounds in this patch, such as new footstep sounds and other positional audio tweaks that should give better warning signs to incoming fire. There's also been a bunch of new weapon sounds as well. Have a play around and tell us what you think of the new soundscape and let us know your input, because it still needs a lot of work. Movement changes include getting out of water much easier, and it does feel way more consistent now than previous attempts in the past, so getting out of the acid pool in deck is less frustrating now. Players can no longer be bumped out of the slide animation when shot by teammates. We've also changed the default binds on the dodge and slide button. This should be more accessible to new players now when they're entering the game for the first time. The death camera has had multiple fixes to make it feel less vomit comedy when you die, so it should feel smoother and a little less jarring on the eyes. So let's check out some of the weapon changes in the new update. First up is the flat cannon. With these changes we're still trying to find the right balance between power and feel, and it's still in a work in progress situation. It's had its shard speed increased from 5,500 to 6,500. Bouncing shard damage has been slightly increased, and flak shards that bounce or travel a long distance no longer apply knockback to your opponent, meaning that their aim won't be compromised after taking light damage from a distance. Moving on to the rocket launcher changes now, so fixed issues with rocket launcher locking, increased spread of rockets in tight formation by 33%, increased rocket lock acquire time from 0.5 to 0.6 seconds, lock icon turns red when locked on, not yellow now, locked rockets fire in a wider spread pattern, seeking rockets only lead targets within 20 meters of them, and finally a target that's locked on by a seeking rocket will get a HUD indicator when it's within 38 meters. The idea behind these rocket changes has been focused on making a more usable seeking mode, but it's still far from polished and balanced. The link gun's pull function has now been made slightly more reliable by reducing the link pull warm-up time from 0.25 to 0.15. Less tracking is now required in order to land a successful pull. Link pull now only activates on alt fire release. Before it would be a combination of secondary fire and primary fire, but it had mixed messaging and not a lot of people knew how to activate the link pull. The default ammo on the link gun has been upped from 60 to 80, and ammo packs have been increased as well from 35 to 40. The sniper rifle scope has been changed, with the starting field of vision now starting at 50, so you're really zoomed in when you first open up the secondary fire. Also when zoomed in, you'll no longer see the headshot circle when enemy players are sliding, as you cannot hit a player in the head while they are sliding. And finally, we've added the lightning rifle to the game. It's still a major work in progress and has a long way to go before completion, but you can try it out now by using the weapon replacement mutator. Its primary fire launches a fast moving projectile that suits the short and medium ranges, and once it hits your opponent it does 60 damage over time. Its secondary fire mode is the sniper rifle function, and once zoomed in the weapon will start to charge up. If you fire the rifle before it reaches its maximum charge, you'll only ever do 35 damage. Once the rifle has been fully charged, a body shot will do 80 damage, and the lightning rifle can also land headshots once it's fully charged and does 170 damage. Also, the secondary fire mode has a passive ability, Chain Lightning, and when landing a successfully fully charged shot, the lightning will arc off, hitting close by enemies, dealing splash damage. Also, just a reminder that this is still an experimental stage of weapon functionality and we'll be making adjustments as needed during development. Anyways, that just about covers this brief overview on the patch. If you want the full details on the update, you can click on the YouTube description below to find out all the details on this patch. Also, you can download it now and play straight away. Good luck, have fun out there in the tournament.